Hello everyone, welcome to Yadnya Investment Academy. Today we are going to do a mutual fund review. Let me first explain the methodology of the review. We will list and review the fund on various parameters and rate each parameter by green, yellow or red star. Green star means good performance, yellow star means average performance and red means below average performance. In the end, based on the total number of green, yellow and red star respectively, you can take a call to buy this fund or not. Please remember, all the fund parameters we are going to discuss here are based on 7th April 2017 data as reference, and we only review regular and growth plans of mutual funds. In this video, we are going to review fund name Birla Sunlife Frontline Equity Fund, which is a large cap fund launched in 2002. Before going into review, let's understand about fund's objectives. The fund invests primarily in large capitalization equity stocks and is ideal fund for long-term capital appreciation. It invests primarily in top 100 companies listed in India. Now let's start the detailed review on each parameter. First, the fund belongs to Birla Sunlife Mutual Fund family, which is currently India's fourth biggest fund house in terms of asset under management, out of more than 45 fund houses, and was established in 1994. So for being a large and very experienced fund house, we give a green star here. Frontline Equity Fund was launched in August 2002, which means it is active for almost 15 years. So let's give a green star here too for being very experienced fund, which has seen all market ups and downs. Fund is categorized in large cap category as it invests primarily in large cap stocks. There is no fixed definition of large cap, but mostly they are considered as companies which are part of top 80% of market capitalization of listed companies in India. Now moving to next, this fund has an asset under management of 15,520 crores and is the biggest large cap fund in the category. This high asset under management shows investors' trust in the fund, its performance and its stability, so deserves a green star here too. Now let's talk about the Moolaha, that is the returns. We will first talk about the trailing returns from 7th April date and then talk about the calendar returns. In trailing returns, we can see the fund has consistently beaten its benchmark index, that is BSE 200, as well as large cap category average across 1 year, 3 year, 5 year and 10 years. Trailing return performance clearly shows exceptional fund performance since launch. Important thing to note here is that it is among the top 3 best performing large cap funds in both 5 years and 10 years trailing return performance, which is great. Now looking at the calendarized returns of last 10 years, which means returns from 1st Jan to 31st December of a calendar year, we see that in all 10 years, fund has performed better than its benchmark and category average. This is the first fund we have reviewed till now which has achieved this feat. Performances in 2012, 13, 14 and 16 are worth mentioning as it has beaten both benchmark and category by good margin in these years. Even during the bad markets of 2008 and 11, the fund has managed fall better than others. So due to this amazing and consistent performance, we have given 2 green stars on this parameter. If we could have, we would have given something better than that for this outstanding performance. Next important parameter is fund manager. Frontline Equity Fund is managed by Harsh Patil since November 2005. Mahesh is BE and MBA and has more than 20 years experience in fund and investment management. Mahesh is the co-CIO of Birla Sunlife Fund House and is working here since 2005. Mahesh also manages 4 other equity related funds: Birla Sunlife Infrastructure Fund, Birla Sunlife Top 100 Fund, Balance 95 Fund and Pure Value Fund. Infrastructure, as name suggests, is an infrastructure sector fund and has an asset under management of more than 500 crores and is among the top category performers in long term. Top 100 Fund is another large cap fund managed by Mahesh since 2010 with similar profile as Frontline and asset under management of more than 2500 crores. As Frontline, it is also a very good performing fund. In 2014, Mahesh got responsibility of equity side of Balance 95 Fund, which is one of the oldest equity oriented hybrid fund, and Pure Value Fund, which is a mid cap fund as well. Both have performed consistently above benchmark and category average since his joining. given the Mahesh's exceptional overall performance in all the funds he manages and his stability with the fund house, this parameter surely deserves a green star. Next parameter is top stock holdings of the fund and understanding the fund's diversification. As on 7th April, fund has 82 stocks in portfolio with top 5 contributing only 21%. Current cash allocation is less than 5%. Fund has excellent diversification in portfolio and weightage of top 5 companies is less than our benchmark of 25%, and hence we give this parameter a green star. Fund manager consciously doesn't take overweight stock calls, and this reflects in all the fund he manages. Next parameter is sector diversification. Fund's top 3 sectors has weightage of less than 50% and is little overweight on financial, but that is the trend across. So for good diversified allocation, we give this parameter a green star too. Next are expenses. Expense ratio of this fund is 2.19%, which is lower than the average expense ratio range of large cap funds, which is around 2.35%. Exit load of the fund is 1% if investment is redeemed in first 365 days of investment, which is what most large caps do. So overall, due to good expense ratio, we give this parameter a green star. Now those who like numbers, let's discuss few important ratios too. Standard deviation, a measure of volatility and risk, is almost same as benchmark and category, which means it takes similar risk as them. Beta 2 is a measure of risk and is also equal to category. Alpha, which measures a risk adjusted returns. So 6.5 alpha means it can perform 6.5% better than the benchmark. So by taking almost equivalent risk than category, it still shows much better alpha than the category. Last is P ratio of the portfolio, which is 20.6 as compared to benchmarks 25.3, which tells us the return headroom here as well. Much higher alpha and better P with equivalent risk as category is a thumbs up for the fund, and for that we give this a green star. Few other important info to note about the fund is that it is a large cap fund with 87% in large cap and rest in mid cap and small cap. And this table here shows how rupees 10,000 SIP would have performed in various time frames and prove the exceptional performance and returns this fund has given continuously. So if we calculate, we got a perfect 10 green stars, which is the first in all our reviews till now, with no major concern area as of today. To summarize, Birla Sunlife Frontline Equity Fund is the biggest and therefore most popular large cap fund in India currently. It has reached that level with flawless consistency in performance and very stable management with Harsh Patil at helm since last 12 years. This fund has a record of beating the benchmark and category in all of last 10 years, which is still continuing. The fund has given very good performance in bull markets, but is particularly skilled at containing losses in bear markets, be it 2008, 11 and even 2016. Mahesh is surely a very skillful fund manager who adds that tactical play in his stock picking, which gives it an extra edge over the index. He has performed this again and again with skills across market conditions and across his other portfolio, and we draw extra comfort from his prowess. With perfect 10 green star on our analysis, it's definitely a top choice in the large cap category. That is all we have on this fund review. If you have any question, please do write in the comment section below. Have a great day ahead.